Welcome, seekers of knowledge, to an exploration of Surah An-Nazi'at, the Those Who Pull Out. This enlightening chapter holds the 79th position in the Holy Quran, its significance embedded in the profound revelations of the Meccan era. The title, An-Nazi'at, or Those Who Pull Out, is a metaphorical reference to the angels assigned the solemn task of extracting the souls of the wicked, a process described as intensely violent. This surah, through its title alone, encapsulates a powerful truth of the divine order. It serves as a poignant reminder of the immense power and authority of the celestial beings, and the inevitable fate of those who choose a path of wickedness. As we delve deeper into the teachings of this surah, we will uncover layers of wisdom and guidance, each verse offering a unique perspective on life, morality, and the divine. Unveiling the teachings of Surah An-Nazi'at, we embark on a journey of understanding and reflection. Dive into the past to the time when Surah An-Nazi'at was revealed. Picture a time of great turmoil and strife, the Meccan period, a chapter of history marked by intense persecution of Muslims. This was an era where the belief in one God and the message of Islam were met with harsh resistance, a time when the early followers of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, faced relentless trials and tribulations. It is within this volatile backdrop that Surah An-Nazi'at was revealed, a divine message intricately woven into the fabric of this challenging epic. The surah, consisting of 46 verses, belongs to the early Meccan period. This was a time when the Muslims were a minority, often marginalized and ostracized by the society that was steeped in idolatry and deeply rooted in tribal customs. Yet, why was Surah An-Nazi'at revealed amidst such tumultuous circumstances? It served as a source of comfort and reassurance to the beleaguered Muslims of the time. The surah reminded them of the ultimate divine justice, that every action, whether good or evil, does not go unnoticed by the Almighty. It assured them that their suffering was not in vain, that their steadfastness in the face of adversity would be rewarded. The surah narrates stories of past prophets and civilizations, underscoring the divine retribution that befell those who blatantly rejected the truth. It served as a stark reminder to the oppressive Meccan society, warning them of a similar fate if they continued to persecute the believers. Simultaneously, for the persecuted Muslims, it instilled a sense of hope and resilience. It reminded them of the justice of God, and that He is always with those who remain patient and steadfast. This message of Surah An-Nazi'at was like a beacon of light in the darkness, a guiding star in the stormy sea, providing the early Muslims with the strength to endure their trials. In the midst of adversity, Surah An-Nazi'at was a beacon of hope and steadfastness. This surah, with its timeless message, continues to inspire Muslims around the world, reminding us of the unwavering justice of God and the rewards of patience and perseverance. Reflect upon the deep teachings embedded within Surah An-Nazi'at. Surah An-Nazi'at, known as Those Who Pull Out, is a chapter in the Quran that holds profound teachings. These teachings, like a mirror, reflect back to us the realities of our existence and the consequences of our actions. One of the key teachings of this surah is the certainty of the Day of Judgment. The Day of Judgment is not a mere concept, it is a reality that each of us will have to face. The surah emphasizes this fact through its verses, reminding us that every soul will taste death and will be held accountable for its deeds. This is not to instill fear, but to inspire consciousness and responsibility. It is a reminder that our actions in this world are not without consequence, that what we do today echoes into eternity. Another central teaching of Surah An-Nazi'at is the concept of divine justice. The surah assures us that God's justice is absolute. No wrong is overlooked, no good deed is forgotten. Each person will be recompensed according to their deeds. The scales of justice on the Day of Judgment will not be tilted in favor of anyone. This teaching serves as a reminder of the importance of our actions and the need to strive for righteousness, honesty, and virtue. Furthermore, the surah teaches us about the ultimate reward or punishment for one's actions in this life. It is a stark reminder that the choices we make in this life have an impact on our hereafter. Those who lead a righteous life, who strive to do good and avoid evil, will be rewarded with eternal bliss in the gardens of heaven. Conversely, those who choose a path of wrongdoing, who turn a blind eye to their responsibilities and obligations, will face the consequences of their actions in the form of punishment. The teachings of Surah An-Nazi'at are not meant to be passively consumed. They are meant to be reflected upon, pondered over. They are an invitation to introspect, to examine our lives and our actions. They encourage us to ask ourselves, are we living a life that aligns with these teachings? Are we conscious of the day of judgment, of God's justice, of the consequences of our actions? It is in this reflection that we find the true value of these teachings. They serve as a compass guiding us towards a life of righteousness and virtue. They remind us of our responsibilities, of the transient nature of this world, and of the eternal nature of the hereafter. They inspire us to strive for a life that is not just successful in worldly terms, but also in terms of the hereafter. Through its profound teachings, Surah An-Nazi'at invites us to reflect upon our actions and their consequences. Take a moment now to internalize the wisdom of Surah An-Nazi'at. As we delve deeper into the profound teachings of this surah, let's pause and reflect upon its significance. The surah isn't just a collection of verses to be recited, it's a wellspring of wisdom, a guide for life. Its teachings are not just for contemplation, but for implementation in our daily lives. Think about the teachings of Surah An-Nazi'at. Reflect on its verses, their deep meanings, and the profound lessons they hold. How do they resonate with you? How might they guide your actions, your decisions, your interactions with others? Consider the surah's emphasis on the Day of Judgment. How does this shape your understanding of life and the hereafter? How does it influence your actions and choices today? Ponder on the surah's reminder of the inevitable resurrection. How does this impact your perception of life's trials and tribulations? How does it inspire you to strive for righteousness and piety? Reflection is a deeply personal journey, but there are many ways to embark on it. You might choose to reflect in quiet contemplation, letting the words of the surah wash over you, allowing its teachings to seep into your consciousness. You could also take up journaling, recording your thoughts and feelings as you reflect on the surah. This can be a powerful way to deepen your understanding and internalize its teachings, or perhaps you prefer discussing the surah with others. Sharing insights and perspectives can be a fruitful way to explore its teachings. Regardless of the method you choose, the key is to engage actively with the surah's teachings, to let them guide and shape your life. Remember, reflection is not a one-time act. It's a continuous journey of learning, growing, and evolving. It's about seeking, finding, and embracing guidance in the divine words of the Quran. As we reflect on Surah An-Nazi'at, may we find guidance and inspiration in its teachings. As we conclude our exploration of Surah An-Nazi'at, let's carry its wisdom in our hearts. Throughout our journey, we've delved into the historical context of this enlightening surah. We've walked the sands of time and revisited the era of its revelation, understanding the circumstances that surrounded its profound messages. We've discovered the rich tapestry of history that underpins Surah An-Nazi'at, a chapter in the Quran that serves not only as a spiritual guide, but also a historical record. We've also unraveled the teachings of Surah An-Nazi'at, a surah that beautifully encapsulates the essence of faith, the inevitability of the Day of Judgment, and the divine justice that awaits us all. Its verses, laden with wisdom, remind us of the transient nature of this world and the enduring reality of the hereafter. In reflecting on Surah An-Nazi'at, we've contemplated its profound messages, letting its wisdom percolate our thoughts and perspectives. We've learned that this surah, like all others in the Quran, is not merely a recitation, but a beacon of guidance, a source of contemplation, and a catalyst for personal growth. In carrying forward the wisdom of Surah An-Nazi'at, let's remember its teachings as we navigate the contours of our lives. Let's allow its verses to resonate in our hearts, guiding our actions, shaping our outlook, and inspiring our journey towards spiritual growth. But remember, our exploration does not end here. The Quran, with its 114 surahs, is an ocean of knowledge, waiting for us to dive in and uncover its treasures. Each surah, each verse holds lessons that can illuminate our path, enhance our understanding, and enrich our lives. So let us continue to learn, to reflect, and to grow. Let's delve deeper into the Quran, exploring its diverse surahs, embracing its teachings, and embodying its wisdom in our daily lives. Thank you for joining in this journey through Surah An-Nazi'at. May this knowledge bring you peace and enlightenment.